Okay, so first of all, you got a fish muffin on the first scrum, and what you did was you put these two pairs here of edges and connect it to here to make scallop on top and fish on bottom. Connected this 4 to the line here, then connected the L's in the back to make scallop kite, like that. Okay, so I think the solution was good, but it's kind of hard to finger trick it. So what I do here with the fish and muffin is connect this L or either this to the L here, then bring this down to make shield on bottom and fish on top. It's going to shield then to pon. So it's like this. You move this L, connect to this while bringing down the pair for fish shield, then connecting the L to the shield, then bring down this to here to a pon case, which is easier to finger trick. Okay, so your CO was kind of a bit easy and lucky because you got a EO skip. What you did here is you did the prime and connected this to the top. But what you can do is, I think it's better to avoid D moves and do U moves instead because it's easier. So what you can do here is you should do this. So there are a lot of EO algs you can learn to avoid doing D moves and using U moves instead for a better finger tricks. So in here you got CP, you pause for a bit and then you do U2 and D prime to solve this. Then you do JJ with misaligning the top piece, and doing JJ you got up edge. So what you can do better that is not misaligning the top layer, doing JJ and getting a better EPK which is W edge. Okay, so but you did misaligning it, doing JJ and got O edge instead. Okay, so for your CP is you did this and doing from O edge, you did edge to U perm. So I think it's okay, but you can also do edge here to make to get good UUs. So you solve edge here, U perm here, then it makes U perm here, which makes good UU. So doing edge in the back, good UUs. So in your EP, doing U, you did the L U, but you pause a bit for the adjusting the both layers. So I think you should already know how to predict the ABL while doing the EPs. So it's this, it's red here, blue here. We should do U prime. We should do U and do D prime after the alg, so there will be no pauses and it could save time. Okay, so for the second scramble is you got a muffin barrel. So how you solve this cube shape was you connected these two pairs here to the two pairs here to form scallop on top and kite and muffin on bottom. Then you separated these two, the line and the pair here, to make kite. So it's scallop kite and you solve scallop kite in the front. Okay, Okay, so what I think it's a better CS solution here is going to kite shield, which is moving these two down here to make this the shield and then kite on top. I think that's a better case. I think you should learn how to solve CO in one loop, because there are a lot of pauses between your CO solutions. So what you did here was 1, then you pause for a bit, then doing 4 4. Your EO case is also good, and you got you got a line and an L, and you did was this -1 the and the and in your CP, I think the AUG you use is still good. You put this in the back, and you did the AUG4J in the top, which is slash, and you got edge. Here for your EP, you got edge, which you did this, and you did the bar flip. So I think you should do canceling 2 bar flip and doing EP AUGs. So instead of doing the last slice, you should cancel 2 bar flip. It saves more time and more slices. Okay, so for your third scrum, you got a right fist and a scallop. So what you did here was you did 3 2 and connected this to the line here, then connected this again, the 2 L's, then scallop kite in the front. So I think what a better solution to do is not moving the bottom layer and just move this L here and connecting it to the scallop there, and bringing back to the top the line to make scallop kite. Okay, and your CO, okay, your CO here was good, but I think you should learn all the CO AUGs and try not to have pauses while doing CO. And you should try one looking CO. So what you did here was move this here, bring this to the top, bringing this one corner here, then D prime again, and solving the CO. Okay, so what I think it's a better solution to do is bring this to the right, then just do U moves instead of D, because it's harder to do D moves in Square-1. So what you do here is this. Okay, your EO here was good. You did this all, and here you pause for a bit and checking what EP you got. I think you should practice to predict the EP while doing the EO AUGs. Okay, so it's like this. You have this headlights on the front, so you know you'd have to do U prime because in the bottom you don't have any headlights. So after doing the AUG, you do you do U, I mean not U prime, you do U and then go straight to the JN AUG there, and the JN. Serve this and preserving these blocks and doing JN. Then you got edge, Again, you should know how to predict your ABL to avoid pauses. Your fourth scrum has a pretty good 9. So what you did here was going to shield kite. So you move this here and you do 3, then -2, then making this a square by separating these two L's. Then you did 4, then solve square shield there. So the starting of your CS was good. You did this, then to kite as shield, then you did this, then -2, then making this a square. So instead of doing 4 in the D move, which is kind of hard, instead of doing 4, you should have done -2. So it's a fewer move. You do -2, then solve square shield there. Okay, your CO was pretty straightforward. You just did this 3, 3, and then the EO was also good in 3T. Then you got JJ with a bar flip. Okay, so what you did here was you put the 2 J's in the front, then doing the JJL, misaligning the both layers so it can be solved and not going to U perm. So you solve this, then you did U prime, then bar flip. So I think that's the main problem only there in your EP is not cancelling to the bar flip. So you should start solving EPs and cancelling to bar flip to save moves and time. So in JJ, there's an AL that cancels to bar flip. So while doing JJ, you cancel to bar flip, and the AL goes like this. Solve is you don't know how to solve the CS there. So what you did was I did slash, then you did 6, then you move this, then slicing it again, getting a shield and what do you call this, shield pawn. Then you try to put it back, then going to kite scallop, then solving kite scallop there. So what I think you should do is you should try to be knowing full CS and doing one look instead of pausing, so you can save time. Okay, so I think what a good out to do here is putting this on here, bringing this like shield down to get a muffin on top and shield on bottom, then connecting these two for scallop kite. Again, your CO has you used D moves instead of Q. So what you did was this, you put this 2 white in the top, bringing this down, and then you did -4 this, doing that. So another solution to do here is same as before. You put this on the right, the line, then doing this alg slash -3, -3. So your EO algs are good. You got 1 and you did the alg here, one on the top right and one on the bottom back, doing 1 and you got your J on top and solve on bottom, and you did the J alg for the top, which is this. Then you got up and up U, so you have a parity on the last solve. So what you did here was you did D and you did up, but you did the 6 on the bottom like that. So it's better to do up with the U2 on top. You can do this 6, then U2, instead of doing the 8 on the bottom. It's kind of hard to do D moves in the bottom. So for E pace, you move this on the top, and you solve already the top layer. You move this to the back and do the arch out. Then undo the moves, then D2. I think overall you should do how to one loop your CS and CP algs, reduce some pauses, and in your CPL you should do U moves more instead of D moves. And I think you should also predict your CP, your EP algs during CP, and then canceling to bar flips. I think that's everything you need to learn. Maybe improving to sub 15 soon after learning those algs. And I hope this helps to improve your time in Square-1.